Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Shredded Games HD, aka the 3 Minute Gamer, aka the king of buying dumbass shit. Here with another video. Now, I seem like the biggest hypocrite. I might seem like the biggest loser. I may seem like a bunch of things, right? But I like to read a lot into certain things. We may hate a franchise, we may dislike a franchise, but we all we all hate something that we once loved. So we basically used to love Call of Duty, and then then we learned to just hate how it became or dislike it, but we still play it. That's still acceptable. If we lost all hopes and we're just disrespecting the franchise, that's okay. Remember, we the ones spending monies. We have every right to talk the shit. But look, I got some news to shed. Now, this isn't really that, new. This is like days ago. And I believe Chase brought this up that Call of Duty Advanced Warfare will have a brand new engine. So I decided, let me take my nice ass over to the web browser, and I decided to do some, research on it. Not that hard at all. So I'm looking at it and I'm reading over, and again, that's why I titled this video "Why We Should Be Excited for the Next Call of Duty." Now, it may seem like it was going to be a gimmick video, but it's not. Let's get into this. Now, I'm gonna just speak about this article a little bit. I'm gonna read some parts and I'm gonna just talk about the rest. Now, the article that I was reading is talking about, for anyone who has, been playing Call of Duty, you guys know the same engine, and you notice there really has never been a significant change in the game's graphics, visuals, and and it's always been recycled, reskinned year after year. That is a fact. Anybody who will claim that they're always different content is bullshit. The only one that brought so much content was actually Treyarch, but we all know essentially they reskinned the whole game over and over. Now, one reason I'm gonna name now, the reason why I believe this game we should be excited for. One, not because Sledgehammer Games is making this game, because we all know the fail with Modern Warfare 3, but they had announced here in quote, and I quote, we've had 2.5 years to create a brand new tech to control and support this game. Now they said they worked on this game from only next gen only. It's been worked on next gen only. The game has been built on next gen only. That I don't kind of believe, because 2.5 years ago they didn't know about next gen unless Activision got that much bread that Sony and Microsoft was like, yo, we're coming out with a brand new, you know what I'm saying? But they didn't know what was going on probably. What I do believe is, because it was being built on this, next gen, whatever, it was probably built on a high power PC, probably on a PC that had such high specs, and now since the consoles are out, they're working on it with the PS4 and Xbox One, which is something I can accept, because Battlefield, they didn't know the next gen console was coming out. Everything was being pre-rendered off of the PC, but at a with high specs. Remember now, like exclusive games like Killzone, they knew the next gen was coming out, and they made a game that supported that. But let's continue with this. Now, by the way, if I am wrong by any chance, let me know. If you think that Activision knew that this console was coming out 2.5 years ago, so they already prepared, hey, you can let me know. What I do believe is they had 2.5 years to build this new engine, but I don't think they were building it for the next gen consoles. They probably didn't know the next gen consoles were coming out. They just decided to build a new engine because the franchise is dying. People are like, yo, this is the same engine, it's the same bullshit. And there's a lot of technical issues when you're using something that old. You have limited of things to do for your game. So yes, they had 2.5 years to create a brand new engine to support the game. Now, Sledgehammer audio director Don Vecca told Game Informer it's something like 10 times the memory since this is next gen. Now, it says with all this extra memory and new mixing technology, we don't have to compress anything. We can make things longer and let them breathe. That was the problem with the old engine. With that old as ancient civilization game engine bullshit, they had to compress so much content that it was ridiculous, that newer Call of Duties that were coming out had less features in their intros, had less features in their campaign, less features in the multiplayer, and had such boring loadouts. Everything in that game had to be compressed. Audio, everything was very compressed. So and it doesn't just mean audio, it just means space. So they had to eliminate a lot of features year after year. They might have, tweaked out a couple of things. That's why we got a whole bunch of patches here and there to help fix up the issues. But yeah, that's like I said, those are two things to be excited for. They don't need to compress anything off of next gen. If anything, they have gigs after gigs to put up on a disc now for us to have downloaded on our next gen. Another thing to be excited for, I'm gonna bring this back up, is actually Sledgehammer Games. I know Sledgehammer fucked up Modern Warfare 3, but is it really their fault, or was it the decline and fall of Infinity Ward that Raven Software and Sledgehammer Games jumped in to help? So Sledgehammer Games and Raven Software did not have enough time to work with this game. That was actually their first time, if I'm not mistaken. If I am, let me know. I apologize, but that was not that was kind of their first time jumping in a Call of Duty game for the franchise. Helping out with the development because after Modern Warfare 2, Infinity Ward really fell apart. So now they had jumped into this new tech. They decided to fuck with like all the with Call of Duty now, and it became a whole different thing for them. So basically, can you really blame a company like that? Remember, prior to Modern Warfare 2, Infinity Ward and Treyarch has been in the Call of Duty game for years before. So they already know the deal with how to make a Call of Duty game. Sledgehammer and Raven Software put their support into the game. That's why people called it Modern Warfare 2.5. So now that it states here, it says the engine hopefully won't be the only thing about Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Now, like I said, because it's Sledgehammer, what it says here in this little paragraph that I'm reading, it says between super soldiers, energy, weapons, and Kevin Spacey, there's more positive internet buzz for this title than I've ever seen than I've seen for a Call of Duty game in a long time. But Sledgehammer has and I'm gonna just pronounce his word, I don't know, unenviable task. I don't know if I said that shit right. Fuck it. It has to take the biggest franchise in gaming and establish it as a dominant force in a new console generation. Now, basically, Call of Duty is in such a decline and downfall that it's up to Sledgehammer Games. They had 2.5 years to think of new ideas for the game's campaign. New ideas to bring this campaign back because I'm telling you, I used to love Call of Duty's campaign from Modern Call of Duty 4, on World at War, and Modern Warfare 2. After that, it all dried out. They need to bring back features. They need to see what would balance out this, if they're gonna bring the exoskeleton to this, the exoskeleton for that, for their single player, and then for their multiplayer, they need to figure out things to balance out within the player and the enemies, the opponents. They need to see how they can bring competitive back. They need to see how casuals can learn from that. They need to do so many things, and they had 2.5 years. They could have took the whole year if they wanted to, or 6 months to design or written out features that they're trying to bring into the game, new ideas, new elements to the game, how they want their game's motion to be, all that. So 2.5 years is actually pretty decent for a COD franchise, considering that's rare in the Call of Duty franchise. They don't really wait 2.5 years, but that's why Activision did the smart approach of making 3 companies, and now Treyarch is gonna have 3 years full to work on this game, which is why people will be hyped as well for next year. But this year, we have to give the hand to Sledgehammer and just hope for the best. And that's another reason why I believe we should be excited for Call of Duty. Sledgehammer is taking on by themselves this new Call of Duty. They have a good amount of time to think of new ideas and elements. I don't think they're going to be playing with fire right now, knowing the decline in COD. They can go either way. Activision will kick them the fuck out if this game is such a catastrophe. They got Kevin Spacey, like we give a shit. But I'm saying, like, they got Spacey, and I don't think Spacey would probably downgrade himself, Mr. House of Cards bitch. I don't think like they would go over the top with just trying to make sure this game is going to be beast mode. Now, another thing that I've read here says, however, how will the new engine fall with older consoles? Now, I don't believe this new engine will be a problem for old consoles. I just think they're going to downgrade it a lot for PS3 and 360. But that's what it is. What it is. Let the old consoles die out. I mean, let COD still come out for those consoles, but still, it's all about making sure, in general, Call of Duty isn't going to be fucking trash. You know what I'm saying? Now, in my opinion, the fourth and last thing, the reason why I believe this game can be, well, we should be excited for this game, is mainly because with the time period that this game is falling into, that it takes place, and to know that the features that we already see that's in this exoskeletons, you got little fucking Titan wannabes, you know, Titanfall wannabes, whatever, and you have super soldiers, energy weapons, and all this other stuff. To know that they had a 2.5 year, you know, development, and they're working and they're using a brand new engine, which clearly they stated is brand new from top bottom. I don't want to hear later on, no, what we did was we took the same piece and we no. What they said was brand new. They had 2.5 years to work on the game, and they built the game, this whole brand new engine. Hopefully, with all that, they will have enough space, enough, you know, enough space in general to add as much features and to have the best they can bring, like to bring the best ideas they can into a Call of Duty game and deliver it well. Make sure the server, you know, the lags and all that shit is not in it. Have it from Ghost, just like how Ghost had it smooth. Have it like that smooth. I don't mind frame rate issues that happens. That's just like PC type shit. The majority of you are gonna say, "Oh, but Sledgehammer sucks." But then again, you're gonna buy the game anyway. I'm not saying everybody is, but I know I am. I don't like Sledgehammer because of what they did with Modern Warfare 3, but I'm gonna buy their COD game every year anyway until Call of Duty Deadass just makes their game $100. Then I'm not gonna buy it. So I mean, you can say all you want if you don't like you don't like Sledgehammer, but unless you're gonna maintain a stubborn attitude and just be like, yo, I'm gonna stick with the old CODs, and you're not gonna buy the new one, then so be it. But don't keep talking if you know you're gonna buy it. I know I'm gonna buy it, which is why that's why I was looking into more information when Chase mentioned that whole new engine thing. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think this game can actually pull it off with what I just said? And really think about it, not just like you know how we always do it in the podcast and shit. Nah, man, Call of Duty's dead. That like really look at it and be like, yo, you know what? 2.5 years, I give him that. A brand new engine that he had in the interview, and he specifically said, I mean, they said it last year too. They had a brand new engine, but this one said that they had a brand new engine, and that's why they worked off of next gen only. And we know that there's a big decline in COD. Do we think, do we feel he can deliver? Do we think Sledgehammers can deliver? You'll be surprised. I'm saying you'll be surprised. But yeah, I'm out. It's your boy Shredded, aka your mama's new boyfriend. And I'm out of here, cuz. Peace.